Let's just say you'll be USB-C'ing soon.
You're finally getting USB-C charging?
What? How did you know?
Lucky guess?
Hello guys, welcome back. This is Leslie Lens. If you're new here, kindly hit that subscribe button. And also, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for always coming back. Now, today we're going to talk about the iPhone 15 and some of the leaks and rumors that have already been said so far. This is before the official release, which is yet to happen in a few days. I've already talked about the iPhone 15 leaks severally, and this is just a quick recap and also clarification on some of the details and rumors that we have already talked about. I'll leave a link down below of some of the videos that I've already talked about the leaks in details, because today I'll be talking about mostly some of the confirmations and latest leaks before the official release. I'll talk about the display, I'll talk about the design, the battery, the camera, and the general outlook of the iPhone 15 series. Talking about the design, I had already mentioned that it's going to come with the titanium, and this is something that has already been confirmed. Edges are going to be curved this time around, not edgy as seen previously from the iPhone 12 all the way to iPhone 14. The reason why Apple is using titanium this time around and ditching stainless steel is because it's way stronger and also it's way lighter. This is going to come in handy because no one wants to carry a bulky phone, and also because the general design of the phone is going to be much more thicker compared to the iPhone 14 series. Now the display is going to be different this time around. The iPhone 15 series is going to have way thinner bezels compared to the iPhone 14 series. This is something that many people always want and they always crave for. Whenever you talk about new tech, we always talk about thinner bezels. iPhone might be a little bit late to the party because compared to other phone companies, you can easily tell that the rest have way thinner bezels, and iPhone as usual are a little bit laggy when it comes to major changes on the phones. So at least this time around they're going to implement this. One of the major upgrades in design is also the dynamic island. So Apple released the dynamic island together with the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max last time. But this time around it's going to be incorporated into all the iPhone 15 series. That is from the base model, the iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Plus, 15 Pro, and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I'm sure app developers are also going to take note of these, and they're also going to make the applications much more user-friendly and utilize the dynamic island. The dynamic island is also going to be much more thinner, as you have seen on the renders and leaks that they have been released, and this is something that is Apple's flex. So of course they're going to make it much more pronounced, and they're going to utilize this because no other company has so far released a dynamic island as equivalent and as powerful as this. Now, the battery life. If you're using an iPhone 14 or an iPhone 14 Pro Max, I'm sure you've already witnessed how much it drains its battery really fast. This is something that has been a problem for all iPhone users who have been using especially the iPhone 14 series, and they've mentioned this severally. So I think Apple is trying to take this into consideration, and they're going to improve the battery life on the iPhone 15. The increase in battery is going to range all the way from 11% to 18% from the iPhone 15 Pro Max to the iPhone 15 base model. At least finally this is an improvement. And also it's no secret that they're going to release the same with the USB-C. Google even teased them in some of the videos that they released on social media about Apple joining the USB-C team, and it's quite hilarious. I'll leave a video of the same so that you can also check it for yourselves. If Apple is also going to use the Thunderbolt capabilities, as I mentioned in one of my videos, I'll make sure to leave a link below, then that means that in as much as Apple is going to utilize the USB-C, they're going to have a much more powerful USB-C than the rest of the phone companies who are using USB-C. Some leaks have also been released about the USB-C braided cables, and it said that this is something that is going to come, especially with the accent colors in the box. If you're going to order a black phone, you're also going to get a black braided USB-C cable. That is interesting because we have always been getting white cables, the lightning cables, and at least this time around this is going to be a change. Let me talk about the camera quickly. Except last year, iPhone had stayed for almost a decade without increasing the megapixel of their phones. And on the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max, they increased the megapixel from 12 to 48 megapixel. That means that only the Pro models and the Pro Max could shoot on ProRes. But this time around, the iPhone 15 series starting from the base model are all going to get the 48 megapixel. So this is a huge improvement, especially to content creators who are always using their phones to shoot their content, and they always wanted to utilize the ProRes feature, but they couldn't because of the restrictions by Apple. Again, that means that it's going to leave your phone with a huge camera bump, but you're going to utilize that for better quality image processing and also video production. Again, there are leaks that Apple is going to increase their optical zoom from 5 to 6 times zoom. So this is going to be achieved by Periscope technology. I've also covered the same. I've talked about the same severally, and I'll also leave a link below. So basically, Apple is going to do all these improvements on the iPhone 15. But again, are you going to buy this? Let's say you're already using an iPhone 14 Pro or an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Is this really worth an upgrade? Considering also on the price, Apple is going to increase the prices on the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max. It said that they're going to increase the price by $100 to $200. That is from $1099 on the iPhone 14 Pro and also $1299 on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. With all these upgrades and improvements on the iPhone 15, I don't know if it's worth an upgrade, but probably to people who are using the lower end iPhones and also people who are using an Android and they would like to utilize the iPhone features, especially now that they're going to use the USB-C. Maybe that is something that is worth jumping ship for. I don't know, but if you're into the USB-C so much and you'd like the new features that are going to be incorporated in the iPhone 15, maybe this is a phone that is meant for you. But if you're using an iPhone 14 Pro Max, for example, you'd want to wait till the iPhone 16 is released, because this is not so much of a major improvement when you compare the specs and also the hardware and also what you're getting for your money. Again, that is just my own opinion. I'm not an expert on the same. I just love tech and I love talking about them and reviewing them, but don't take this as professional advice. So thank you very much guys for getting up to this far. As usual, click that subscribe button, click that like button, share with your friends. Kindly let us get to 500 subscribers and also maybe 1,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate that. If there is any tech that you'd like me to talk about, as usual, leave a comment down below. See you guys in the next one. Peace.